I'm an abomination.
I just sprint over and I'm gonna take a risk here and put my hand on her shoulder. Do I instantly
One of
die?
one of the faces looks at you.
And I just say, look, we're trying to explain things to him. He doesn't know anything that's just happened. I humbly beg your patience. If we're bothering you, I'm in the process of trying to get all of us into another room. Just give us a moment to explain things to, please.
The left face looks to the right face.
We're all going for the same goal here.
What do you think? And the right face responds, then so it shall be. And she disappears.
And taking yet another risk, I put a hand on Esfandiar's shoulder.
I cast the thing.
We're all... You're safe here, Esfandiar.
I don't feel very safe. Can we leave this place?
Look,
I would like that.
Even if you don't trust me, do you trust any of us here? Because any of us will tell you we are safe here.
I trust you, Thorin, and I trust you, Tobias.
I might speak up and say, I'm not comfortable with all this, and I gesture about it, the undead, but trust me when I say it's not all
It's
words.
not what it appears.
I want to go up.
There's
I want to get SMD's attention and have him look into my eyes, and I would just want to have just a genuine, sort of sorrowful look with a slight grimace. My eyes, I can't make eye contact properly.
Thorin, tell me, what have you been hiding from me? What is being so difficult to tell me?
Esfandir, I swear
Over
to you,
Esfandir's shoulder, I give you a very deliberate look.
Esfandir, I swear to you, the ends justify the means. I swear it. I swear it on my life. I swear it on my faith.
What ends?
I can't tell you yet. I swear this.
Tell me.
oh, we can tell him.
Tell me.
I approach and I say,
As
this is gonna sound.
Sorry, just as you start approaching, I give you a very deliberate look, and just because of what you just said, Esfandir, you wouldn't see this, but I very quietly unsheath part of my short sword so you can see them.
I give you a bit of a arch look and keep walking forward and say, this is going to sound a bit hyperbolic, but literally
I hear that.
world.
I don't think he said anything. He just flashed a thing out of sight.
Yeah,
Hold on, it was just a flash?
you weren't looking at me, so you didn't
Okay.
see. It's not like
I thought you were unsheathing it.
No, you know that thing, I wasn't fully unsheathing it, just drawing it maybe an inch.
Yeah, that anime thing where barely pop it out.
Yeah, just so he can see the blade and he sees my intention.
Oh yeah, gotcha.
No sound.
Yeah, I wouldn't see that. Sorry.
That's right. Yeah, this
really
is going to
think
sound
you
a bit
should do the thing-
hyperbolic,
Do
but
something with Marcus. At least just get him out of the way, man.
No, Wait, do you say that in character?
Yep.
Well, I guess the cat's out of the bag now.
Just go put him in a room somewhere or something.
Wait.
Esfandir,
Hold on. Just, Tobias, did you say we had to destroy the world?
no.
I misheard that.
No, you were talking about what are the ends, and I say this is going to sound a bit hyperbolic, but literally the world is the ends.
Okay, what are the means? And
How much longer is left on the calm emotion spell?
Did
Probably
you recast
handy.
after I said the minute was up?
Yeah, it's been
He
cast.
did, yeah.
Okay. Well, still a bit longer.
How much longer?
Let's say 20 more seconds.
I think we should bind him. I just think we should bind him.
That I can't tell you yet.
Should we bind him? I vote to bind.
No.
are you saying this? Are you saying this out loud, Thorin?
Yeah.
I
No.
agree. If you guys
Yeah,
are so
bind him. Do
concerned,
it.
All right.
tie me up.
I have 100 feet of rope, so I untie it from my grappling hook. And does someone want to help me with the deck save?
Just
Or
to be
next
really
roll.
sure, I hold out my hand and I say, Espendir, can I have your focus? I'll give it back. I will value this higher than my own focus.
All right.
Just things are about to get real hairy, and I just want to
Yeah.
ensure that things are fine.
And who wants to do the help action with my dex roll to tie him up?
I will, and I'll guidance you up as well, and I'll put his druidic focus in my pack.
I'm giving both of you a bit of a disappointed
Could
look.
Thorin in that case roll?
I look
dex
back at you with even more disappointment. I'm like,
with
you saw what happened last time, Tobias.
Yeah, but I want to trust him to.
Well, I did, and we almost got into a fight.
You pointed a.
You did not
knocked an
trust me.
arrow.
I
Long-
knocked an arrow that he
Longshore.
agreed to.
I didn't agree to
I
that.
point at you. You agreed to it,
I didn't
and I
agree to that.
apologize to you in advance.
Longshore roll your dex, and Thorin roll a dex as well. For every point above 10 that Thorin rolls, he added into Longshore's roll.
Oh, cool.
Oh!
So just
So
22
20,
then.
yeah.
Aha!
There
There you go. 24.
24.
It's pretty good enough. And
Alright,
us
so
Espendir is essentially restrained.
Okay.
I tie him up in such a way that it's just his arm. He can still walk all he wants.
Yep.
I'm not like completely cocooning him.
Yep.
Just no weapons, no spells.
Yeah.
nothing rash, nothing crazy.
And I turn back to Tobias. I'm like, were you there for when the last time Thorin's spell went off?
You guys weren't
I told
exactly
him.
being
I told him.
tactful.
You pointed.
I come up
knocked an arrow.
right in your face.
Why are you threatening Tobias?
I'm not
Stop
threatening
doing
him.
that.
I'm just up in his face. Like, we've been through enough without Esfandia using more for us.
SOD,
Alright.
sit with me. Can I sit down?
Ah, hello, Thorin.
Yeah, I just.
And like when I say up in your face, I mean you can smell my breath. I say that to you.
Smells nasty.
We've had enough problems today, Tobias.
I agree. I think you're just letting the stress of the last. Well, from our perspective.
I think you're letting your friendship cloud your judgment.
And the timer runs out.
It does.
We'll just,
I attempt to meditate.
Yeah, I'm just sitting cross-legged next to Espendir. Just want to keep him company.
I focus on my breathing.
I give Tobias a significant look and get out of his face. Alright, Esfandia. We have one more thing to show you.
Oh fuck! I really don't think this is a good idea. At least let's just take another day so I can cast that spell a couple more times.
Rip the band-aid, man. I mean, Marcus's patience can only last so long. We can't ask him to wait 8 hours.
Yeah, we can.
He's got time.
No, we can't.
Oh god. Okay, this is
Actually,
so...
I just go and stick my head around the corner. I'm like, hey, Marcus,
You hear his groan.
are you willing to wait 8 hours?
We move.
I'm gonna take that as a no. Come on, guys, rip the band-aid.
Oh god. Espendir, don't open your eyes.
I like
Come
that.
on.
Yeah, I gesture.
And like as you say that, I sort of look at him like Thorin. He deserves to be part of this conversation as much as the rest of us.
I know, it's just rough.
He can take it.
Annie.
He has seen his wife's corpse laying on an altar.
I give you like a flat stare, like tact, man.
Yeah.
Tact.
If he can get past that, he can deal with Marcus.
I really hope so.
I look Esfandiar in the eyes as I say this.
His eyes are closed.
Stronger than you're giving him credit.
Okay, let's just do it. Fuck it. Let's just go.
You picked a really heavy point to join in on this, Matt.
I remain in the quarter lotus pose.
Nope. Send in Marcus.
He is stuck.
Can he go sideways?
He can go backwards.
Tell him to turn sideways and like walk like a crab, so his like giant fucking broad shoulders aren't like.
Marcus, can you fit through sideways?
He turns around and says, "I try." And you hear the cracking of bone as he shoves himself into the crevice, and the rocks sort of rend into his flesh. And then he stops.
Maybe we
No,
should
he
just
can't.
go to him.
Just bring Esfandiar. Wait, I walk back up to Esfandiar and put my hand on his shoulder again. Apparently you don't trust me, but unlike these two, I trust you'll be ready for this.
Just not gonna object there. I'll go get Carlius.
Carlius is still unconscious, so you'll have to drag him along.
Can I like pop him over my shoulder?
Just forget
Yeah,
about
you can
Carl.
pop him over your shoulder.
I don't think we need to.
Are we gonna stay down here? Or are we gonna move?
It depends on this reaction that's about to happen.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Yeah. All right. I
Is
help us with
Esfandiar
it.
even conscious?
I don't know.
If you're gonna drag Carlius, you just halve your movement because he's pretty heavy.
I'll leave him here for now.
Alright,
Fat shit. Oh god.
Until we decide for sure if we're going or not.
keep a track
Please.
if you're gonna drag him. That's all.
Okay.
Oh, he's just going to his happy place right now.
Maybe we should just chill here for a bit. Let Esfandiar process.
Esfan, could you just not?
Are you trying to get him out of his meditation?
Aiden just grunts in frustration himself.
Just give it a couple hours.
I sit with Espendir.
Push past Marcus and
Yeah, I'll sit against a wall and just chill. Get out a notebook and start
no, Marcus, you
chronicling.
Did you want to say something, Marcus?
Yeah, I'm just like, where are you going? Stay there.
But we mobilize. I will
Just-
be late.
I'm just gonna whisper something.
He cranes his neck and bends his entire body so his head is level with you. I guess meanwhile, Tobias, you're resting?
I'm just gonna, while waiting for Esfandiar to come out of his meditation, I'm just gonna get a book out and start chronicling what happened, what I experienced, and like notes on the stuff that we can't talk about yet.
Fair enough. And what about Thorin?
I am gonna try and rest and see how far into it I can get.
Alright.
See if I can recover even just like at least a few spells.
I'm gonna assume you guys have foods and rations and water.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna say you get to take another ration off and you finish off the rest of your water skin as you lower your exhaustion by another level.
Cool.
And
Down
you
to-
gain your health back, but not spell slots.
Arena. Oh. Well, I don't have disadvantage on saving throws and attack rolls now, which is nice.
Oh shit.
long as you
Yeah,
get
all of
really
those
quick
rolls
feedback.
beforehand should have been made at disadvantage. I totally fucking forgot. But yes, to Aiden, Marcus stays in the spot. More out of respect
cool.
than like
Anyway, I'm
fear
gonna
or
look
anything.
for her back. Yep. So wait, that was out of respect.
Yep, all good.
Being-
Where do I go?
Being particularly trained in communing with gods, can I try and reach out?
What you're reaching out to?
I just want to ask a question. I just want to say well, not so much a question, but I want to say to my patron and be like, you should introduce yourself. I think it's a very important thing that needs to happen. With the proper context and guidance and
Alright.
circumstance.
You say that. Esfandiar, what spirits are you searching for?
Any and all.
Being so deep within the bowels of Barrenbark, you feel as though you're fully cut off from nature itself. The entire, I guess, threads of magic around this area is warped beyond even your recognition. Also, for Soren, he says the same thing that I told you earlier about
just-
preparation.
Okay. Oh, at this rate, he's never going to be prepared. Alright, I sit quietly.
Oh yeah, now would be a good time to like divvy the loot if you haven't already.
Yeah. So it was 350 gold each.
Was it 350?
Where's the thing?
340. Haha.
Ah, yes, 340.
I have so much dash. I'm probably going to take a couple of the shields as well. But yeah, if no one's doing anything, we could probably just like fast forward, I guess.
Yeah, I'll just wait till Longshore gets back.
Oh, good timing. I just got back.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Like, literally just then. I put my headset back on and I heard, I'll wait till Longshore gets.
You went to rest, right?
Yes.
Alright, well, take away one ration, you finish off your water skin, you lower your exhaustion by 1, you gain your health back,
Yeah,
but
I
not
already
your
did
spell.
that.
Alright, cool. Then in that case, the undead continue to rise from the bone piles and they forward out into a marching order. Marcus remains in the hallway unmoving, and the party remains at a standstill as Carlius is still unconscious.
Also, actually, I'll just whisper this to you,
Alright, yeah, sure.
so I don't give the game away prematurely. I hope you appreciate this, man.
Yeah, no, totally, it's great. Like, I was expecting one of those, if you've ever played Assassin's Creed 1 and it's like, oh no, big secret, and then 5 minutes in, it's done.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So,
no,
and then,
I'm
like,
very pleased.
the piece of Eden at the end is like, hey, look, there's 5 of me. It's like, oh.
Okay. If we finish resting,
Has Esfandiar calmed down?
oh, he's been meditating, so
I know just off the top of my head that He hasn't needed to meditate this long.
Okay. We need to go, otherwise our food's gonna run out.
Yeah.
Esfandia.
Sorry, that was a long rest, correct?
Yeah.
Esfandia, do you eat?
No.
Alright, then you suffer another level of exhaustion.
Yeah.
Wait, do I get my spells back because long rest?
Yeah, we
Correct
weren't
me
doing
if
it.
I'm wrong, but usually I do with, unless you don't have exhaustion. If you have exhaustion, you can't get your spell slots back. Is usually what I do.
Oh,
I don't know, is that a bit harsh?
it's a house rule, but it's up to you.
It's kind of my preference.
All right, well, that's fine.
You're the DM. Your rule goes.
Also, Matt, I know you worship like something similar to Kyra. Oh, Kyra.
So can I
What was his
explain
name
this? Can I explain this to you out of character? Like this might have happened like in a conversation we might have had on the road. So effectively, I don't really worship Kyra as a goddess. I worship her as the avatar of an almighty, not omnipotent, but omnipresent
that's what I was referring
divine
to.
force.
Like, I know you don't worship Kyra, but you worship like something prior. I just can't remember its name. But I would remember in character, which is why I'm asking you.
I wouldn't have told you its name. Its name is sacred.
Oh.
I think we know.
No,
Yeah.
I think it did come up at some point. So
Yeah.
maybe I won't ask you, but
If
does
I
anyone
did,
remember?
if I did recognize it, I would not have said it.
Or could I roll intelligence to remember, if nothing else?
I feel bad for asking Matt to be moved into another channel again. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fine.
because we had a long session. No, all of you would know who Armkara is, if you wanted to write
Yeah,
it.
it's
Ankara?
Kyra's
Yeah.
predecessor.
It's like Aumkara.
Oh, Ankara.
That's Kyra's predecessor, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll move him back. Alright, so I put a hand on Esfandiel's shoulder and shake him like, in Ankara's name! Snap out of it!
I just like wince at the faux pas.
I glance out and punch Longshore in the
Good tie-up.
face.
Yeah, you're right.
Specifically to prevent that.
I writhe about in my bindings.
Okay, I get up, put my book away.
I immediately string into a litany of profanities directed solely at Longshore. Not in
Let's just
common,
say something.
but in Sylvan.
Okay, I like put a hand on Aiden's shoulder and just like gently.
As this happens, I scream at you in Elven. Which is, I should mention, none of you knew prior that I speak Elven. I just scream at you in fluent Elven. Calm down.
I don't respond. I continue screaming obscenities at you in Sylvan.
You hear the cracking
What
of
is
a
your
staff
problem?
on the bottom of the floor. The bindings around Esfandir tighten extremely.
I like.
Whoa, what the fuck's
roll a
happening?
Constitution save.
Can I? No, I can't.
What did you want to do?
I was gonna say I could. I was gonna try and stop her, but I don't have any way to do that.
Yeah. The bindings tighten and the bones in your arms start to crack and creak and blood seeps out from every orifice imaginable as your bones pierce your skin. You take 20 points of piercing and psychic and force damage at once.
Jesus Christ!
Wait,
Longshore, roll a Constitution save as well.
is that 20 damage total?
Yes.
Okay.
You're thrown right into the wall 30 foot above you as you take 21 points of force damage. The breath is kicked out of your body.
Oh shit, wait.
You flee out of existence. You take 21 points of force damage and psychic damage.
Good. Fucking idiots. I just stand up.
Every ounce of my hatred, every ounce of pain that has gone into my very being for the last 8 hours has been directed straight at Longshore. I've been repressing that anger, that hatred for 8 hours. The hunger, every single negative emotion pours out towards Longshore.
I just growl through gritted teeth. None of this is my fault!
I don't care. I'm directing it at you. You're the one who interrupted me. I continue unrelentingly.
I put my hand on Esfindir's shoulder, and then I walk over to Longshore and I do the same.
Wait. I cast Sleep on Longshore.
Good thing you did, because the moment he healed me, I was going to stand up and draw my bow.
Let's see.
Oh wait, I just added 10 to myself when I should. Can you roll for me as well?
Oh yeah, after this goes off.
29, wow.
Yeah, I assume that's higher than your current hit point. Okay, so you're asleep for a minute, I think.
Also,
Do you
just
guys
add
have
a
spell
character
slots?
quickly. Oh, sorry, carry on, West.
Say again.
Do you guys have spell slots?
Yeah, because
Oh, that's right, exhaustion.
Oh yeah, shit.
None of that happens. No cure wounds and no sleep.
Okay. I guess it's a bit too late to go back on the calm emotions and stuff as well.
Yeah, the calm emotion I'll let go. It's just I only ruled it like just then, so it's fine.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
Wait, hang on, there's...
Hmm?
I don't see anything in the description of exhaustion that says we don't
Oh,
get...
it's a home rule.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
just
okay.
like, yeah. But if
Can't
you think it's too
recover.
harsh, somewhere down the line I'll be like, nah, fuck it.
I'm just gonna stand between you two.
I think it's okay. I think it's okay, because, like, other than in situations like this, when are we ever going to be exhausted, really?
Yeah.
Because we're responsible about managing it.
Mhm.
We're not retards who trek for 4 days in heavy armor.
Yeah, I
So,
trust you guys
it's
enough
fair to make it harsh, because it'll never happen
Yeah.
unless you make it happen.
So I'm gonna stand between you two, and I turn to Longshore and point at him and say, "Just be quiet for a bit, okay? You have no tact." And then I turn to Esfindir and say, "Esfindir, I know you're really angry,
Sorry,
and I can
you
understand
I
some of
can-
that."
And scream back across the room.
You're gonna
And
get.
he blames me for things that aren't mine.
I want
Okay.
to run over and slap my hand down on it. And just as I'm doing it, just be like, if you continue to scream, you will be thrown against the wall. You will be lit on fire. Who knows what's going to happen? Your life literally rides on the line of how loud you are right now. So you say what you want. Please do
I
it
can't.
quietly. Please do it quietly.
Like, you can feel my muscles relax beneath you.
Okay, and I take a step back.
Everyone gets 40 XP.
Okay.
I begin, or at least attempt to begin coming to my senses as I see Tobias step in front of myself and the object of all the world's hatred.
I sheath my weapons as I walk.
Oh no, that's not happening. I'm body blocking. And I'm just going to say under my breath, it's like, this isn't... No, it doesn't matter whether or not what you say makes sense or is logically sound. Esfindir isn't in a place to listen to logic right now. He needs to feel...
I glare at you and say,
Comfort.
"Then stand between us." I'm
I-
trying to apologize.
It's just not a good time. It doesn't matter how well-intentioned it is. He'll take it the wrong way. There's nothing that can be
Lauren?
done.
Let me past, or you'll have to strike me down.
That seems like a bit of an escalation.
You
Is-
guys suck at talking.
You don't need to force your will on top of him. He will understand. it's
I'm
worth
not
his own time and resources.
Trying to force.
It's not a good time for an apology, it's no communication should be had between you two right now. None at all. Doesn't matter how well intentioned it is.
I stare at you for a good long while, and eventually I just and just walk off down the hall.
I'll give Tobias just a solemn look and I'll follow him.
Okay, I'm gonna undo that rope around his Vendia. And a
Thank you.
health potion.
I'll immediately quaff it and take a long stare at my friend Tobias.
Marcus, come with me, please.
It's been a really stressful time for everyone, and Longshore especially. He's not in a good place at the moment.
Please go stand in the corner.
How much health do the health potions replenish?
I'm just looking that up.
3d8
take
minus
4. I have 11 of those from the laboratory area up there. We should redistribute those.
Oh shit, actually wait, I can't. Oh, no, I can't. I can't in good conscience give him back his druidic focus just so he can start casting spells at us.
I'll hand you like 3 more and just drink as many as you need.
I'm starving. I drink them all.
Have you got rations on you?
No, they're all rotten.
Rations are fine. They're like cured,
Oh,
preserved. Just like you butchered any animals or something. That's gone.
Meat's gone,
I
ration's fine.
okay. I still have 6 days worth of rations, so I'll immediately dig into that.
Okay, yeah, so cut the rope. Help you up when you finish drinking and eating. Yeah, don't... He was very tactless, I'll give you that, but try not to take it too personally. He's seen stuff last couple of days. He's not in a good space.
I bring a palm to my face. I understand. That wasn't me. You understand. I've been suppressing every negative emotion I've been feeling for the past 8 hours in that state. It all came out in one moment. I couldn't control that.
Yeah, I just nod and like clap you on the shoulder. So, I understand. It was a lot to wake up to.
Very much so. I feel sorry for you 3. You lived through it.
We had time to process it all, though. You got it dumped on you.
I just as a heads up, I walk into a room where no one is, and I make sure I'm not being followed. And I'm literally just gonna sit over here with my back to the wall and just start just crying and just unable to process what the fuck has been happening.
Jesus Christ.
Just totally caving under everything that just happened. Like in the moment, he steeled himself, but now that it's just sinking in, and it's all he can think about. He just can't.
Yeah,
I make sure I'm alone for it though.
Wow.
it's been a time.
Tobias, thank you so much. Please. You've danced around this issue so long. I trust you. With my life. More than my life. You shared my home. You know me. You know my people. Please. Tell me. What were you so afraid to tell me of?
Character, Jack.
Yeah.
I'll whisper it to you.
Okay. Tobias opens his mouth to speak and then freezes as a voice whispers in his ear. Yeah, I figured. Yeah, so Tobias looks
Do I sense anything? Can I roll religion?
Yeah, sure.
This is a disadvantage, correct?
No, normal. And what are you hoping to sense? Just any presence, any spirit?
Yes, something stopped Tobias. He was about to speak to me.
No, I wasn't
No,
like
that
literally
was out of
stopped.
character.
I'm just like, I wasn't like unable to speak.
So, did I see you like open your mouth and like gag on the words?
No,
It's
I
more
was
like-
I was attempting to make a badly.
Yeah, just like reconsidering the sentence that he was halfway through saying.
Okay.
Yeah. No, like you are sad, and Tobias's face looks a bit, for a bit. He doesn't make an effort to hide that he's thinking things over, and then at length he says, I can't tell you any more than I told you already. I know all this, and I like gesture around at the looks really bad. But until time comes when we can reveal everything to you, please just trust me that we're doing the best we can for literally the world. I know that sounds hyperbolic, but I'm being literal when I say that.
I won't say I understand, but I trust you. I trust you more than words can signify. If this is for the best, I will follow.
I nod and say thank you. That really means a lot to me, that you trust me that much.
What next?
I haven't spoken with the others about it, but I think next stop is going back to Archerton. It's been a month. I'm not sure how the siege is going by now.
I must see if my family's still alive. If anyone there is still alive. I turn towards Carlius.
He's unconscious. Wiggs is
What happened to him?
dead.
The person that controls his every thought and action.
Very well, then I shall take him with us. He shall recover with us later.
Okay, let's go find the others. I haven't been out here, so this is all new for me too.
As you sort of enter through the little collapsed sort of walkway, you know, where like tree roots and rocks are hanging out, you enter very much back into the same Barrenbark fort that you were here some months ago, prior to fighting the Abomination.
I assume like myself and Tobias are both like really exhausted. Myself much more so. So I'd ask for a bit of help carrying Carlius out.
Oh yeah.
I think,
yeah.
Wait, I'd hate to make this even slower, but Esfandio, you were on the 4th level of exhaustion because you passed on, and then you didn't eat for a rest, so you're on the 5th level.
Hold on, we were on the 3rd level, weren't we?
No, you passed 1 success for your con save, so that put you at level 4.
He got
And
two
when you
of the
meditated,
same number.
yeah, so the first one passed, the second one didn't. Everyone started at 5. So you dropped to 4, and then you meditated. I asked if you ate or drank. You said no, so you raised to 5. which means your speed is reduced to 0.
Okay.
Okay, then
I'll help you walk then, and we can make 2 trips for Carlius.
all right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll help you. We'll slowly bundle up here.
I'm entirely immobile without your help, Tobias.
Yeah, and your health is also cut in half.
So that's fun.
Wouldn't I have died then?
No, like your maximum health is
Your max health
half.
is...
I took more than my maximum health when I got hit before.
You went back down in exhaustion level.
That happened after I got exhausted because I didn't eat. I would be dead right now.
Oh,
Can that not happen? It's a crimp on the whole heart-to-heart we just had. If you
yeah,
recall.
just because I didn't call it out when it happened, yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Your arms are utterly shattered, though.
I've got 9 healing potions, so let's just keep
The
chugging.
potions themselves not being complete from the notes that you've researched, it only makes him feel better and like closes the wounds, but the bones themselves don't reset.
Okay. I had some herbs and stuff, but they're probably rotted by now. Maybe we can find something in the mid bay area up here for you.
Lead on.
Most of the med bay has already been scoured. From you guys, actually.
That's what I said.
The moment they come in, I raise my hand and I block line of sight to my face and I say, I need a moment.
Kind of got a pressing situation here.
I get up and I shield my face with my shield and I walk into the other room.
Oh, okay.
Now that was actually really nice. Everyone gets
Yeah.
50 XP.
And like as an aside, I say to Sandia, we've all had a time.
Was that Thorin? But he was so strong.
It's been tough.
This is why I said I feel sorry for you 3 more than myself.
If I'm honest, those 2 seem to have had a worse time than. Not that it was fun in any sense. I'll help you lay down.
Ah, thank you, my friend.
Okay, I know we've already searched here, but like for just to make myself feel better, if
This will be the 3rd time it's been checked. We looted it on the way in, I looted it, and now it's being looted it again. Looted it.
yeah, Tobias just wants some busy work to do.
Yeah, you don't find much of use.
It's a ritual to calm his nerves,
Yeah.
like OCD.
Oh, no, I was gonna say. If fucking calm emotions was a ritual, I'm gonna be so mad.
Would you even have the presence of mind to do it to yourself?
Oh no, I don't even.
You just have like 1 minute of serenity and then 10 minutes of awfulness as you cast it again. Well,
Do I actually have any spell slots, by the way, Mr. DM?
you
I
might
might-
actually. We
Yeah,
don't. Because of
I don't
that.
have my druidic focus though.
I'm still gonna say no for both you and Carly's, should Carly's come back.
He will.
Hold up, I had a handful of spell slots remaining from the fight. Do I still have those?
I'm aware,
or is-
but you got transported to the other realm just like these guys did.
Yeah, and
okay.
there was some shit that
We
went
lost
down there that
ours.
stole all our spell slots. So.
Okay, everything went to 0.
Yeah. It was not a good place. I don't think there's much I have my healer's kit. Can I do a
Actually,
medicine check?
can I quickly call out and just be like, Tobias,
Yeah.
come here for a moment.
I'll be back in a sec, Esfandia. and I'll.
No worries.
And I hold his druidic focus out with an arm, just off to the left, out like this. I just hold my arm out. And I turn my head away.
I'll take it and I'll like, give you an awkward pat on the back and leave the room again. Actually, before I go, I'll just call back. You don't happen to have healing potion on you, do you? Sunday is pretty messed up.
I have a spare ration.
That won't help the
That's about it. That's all I've got.
compound fractures in his arms.
Maybe not with that attitude.
So, just double checking here, Mr. DM, so I can update my inventory. All organic materials have been rotted
So
away.
any plants that you might have or any food that you might have all rotted away, exceptions being water skin and rations.
What about my living wood longbow granted to me by my wife?
You'd see that your weapon's quite withered. Not dead, but withered.
Okay.
Is there like no water in here? Can we get some of that?
Not that you can see.
Damn. Yeah, I'll Jasvindir. I don't think much we can do for those arms unless we just keep resting till we've got spells back. And then we've got to worry about food.
I'd rather we not rest here. I have bad memories of this infirmary.
Fair enough. Well, do your best just to relax as much as you can now, and when the others have composed themselves, we'll head out.
Very well. I'll try and my best to get some rest then.
I'm gonna sit on the bed over here, be company, and just keep writing in my book.
Jacob?
Yes. Oh, sorry, I was. Shit.
Alright. But those two are good now, so you can just talk instead of typing.
Yeah, yeah, you can have the mic now.
No, I'm just kind of like leaning against this wall, just like.
Yeah.
And then as I say, Thorin, like, do you feel like talking now?
I just needed a moment. I'm sorry. I'm willing to
No.
see what else is here now, though.
No, that's fair. A moment ago, I would have. You know,
Okay.
I realized something down here, Thorin.
What's that?
Can't save everyone. Was it trying?
No. I can just hope that they go somewhere better next time.
Is there anywhere better?
I mean, that's what we're out to do, right? I ascend the stairs.
Alright.
I just stay where I am.
Alright. Thorin, as you ascend the stairs, you hear the clanging of metal and of bone on basically cobblestone, as well as the flesh of bare feet slapping against cobblestone, and you're greeted by the sight of a room full of undead. They sort of look towards a woman who's just made out of pure white bones. She's got like large tiefling horns coming out of the back of her head and a little eyeball that sort of looks at you from her shoulder. She's sort of weaving her hands around, and you notice that the two big bone piles that were in this room when you first came into the fort, all of them are now gone and remade into the skeletons that you see before you. And sort of skittering around her side is this long reptilian-looking creature made entirely of bone, and it sort of looks at you and makes a little sound.
I instinctually take a step back, and my metal armor clanks against the wall, and I just call back over my shoulder, "Hey, Dan!"
I just calmly walk up.
You see very much the same sight, and most of the skeletons don't register your presence. They sort of turn and head up the stairs out of the fort, and the woman who sort of looks at you with the eye on her shoulder, she turns her body to face you, and you realize that she's quite literally made entirely of bone.
I just, I look her dead in the eye and just, we good?
She just gives you a slight nod, and she sort of squints her eyes a little bit, then points to the door behind her and says, "If you need food."
Thank you.
I grip my teeth and I just do the thing where I just focus on the here and now. just suppress the emotions again, like I was doing in the fight. I'm gonna go and check out that room because that's some important shit that we need right there.
As you sort of walk past the woman, the large reptilian creature sort of skittles up to you, and if it could breathe, it sort of smells you for a bit, but lets you pass as she sort of reins it back in, and she continues weaving the bones together. And as you open the door, you come into essentially the storage room of a kitchen with just hundreds of barrels.
Can I check the contents?
Just as this is happening, I poke my head through this door. I'm just look right past Esfundi. I'm like, Tobias, we found food. You can deal with him. And I walk up.
Yeah, you check the barrels and you realize that most of it has essentially ale that's just not been stored properly.
Ugh.
And just a bunch of fungus sort of writhes around inside. You even see some maggots and bugs.
I half-heartedly kick one and I continue to check around.
Alright.
I look for the 98th barrel.
It takes you a moment, but eventually the 98th barrel you come across, you touch it very gently and it drops a little bit into the floor and it rolls away, revealing a hidden room.
Whoa.
Nicely remembered.
Yeah, I forgot about that shit too.
As you head into the room, you see you see a dead body that's holding onto like a torn up missive, and it only says "wrong room." But as you search the crates or whatever, you find basically as many rations and water skins as you need.
Oh, thank Christ. Alright,
So
I'm
just
gonna...
giving us free license to take as many as we can carry.
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna up mine to 25.
I'm gonna quickly just do
Holy
like
shit,
a little...
I'm still not encumbered. What the fuck does it take to burden me? Jesus Christ!
I'm so strong, my god!
I'm not used to having characters this
Gunza.
strong. I've never had a character with more than like 12 strength.
I'm gonna just give this guy a little, like, cross or whatever it would be in this world. Like a hand gesture to wish him well on his way.
Also,
Yeah.
just out of character really quick, could I just give you kudos, Matt, for being one of the first players I've ever seen to genuinely have animosity for my player,
Oh.
but like without it being awkward between us.
I felt
Because
like that was
usually relationships between characters has been predicated on relationships between.
Yeah, that felt like a really organic
Yeah, well
scene
played,
right
man.
there.
I'm impressed. Well done.
Thank you. I'm still very confused.
Unless you actually just hate me, in which case.
Well, in character, you don't know why I got set off. Tobias knows.
Oh no, I'm just fucking with you. That's like, unless you actually hate me.
Ooh.
In
I'm
which
gonna-
case, like, look, mate, 3:30 busway.
Let's get it on.
I peek back through just to make sure no one's watching, and I want to try and do a couple sacred flames and just consecrate the corpse and be like, you can't have this one.
So by nobody's watching, how do you feel about Longshore standing directly behind you?
Oh, that's fine. I just mean like, the skeletons.
All right.
Yeah, you consecrate this specific
Oops.
corpse.
Know that.
Bitch. Alright. I want to go check this down room down here. This one looks way more interesting than ration water room.
Yeah, so you sort of come into essentially the mess hall, and various plates and bowls are still on the table, but the food inside and the bowl of soup, they're all pretty much rotten and inedible, just infested with bugs.
Are there still clean utensils?
Yes.
Like unused ones? Alright, I want to gather some of them up. Just enough for each of us to use.
Alright, yeah, no, you do so.
Alright, cool. Is there anything else in this room worth noting, or is it literally just the mess hall?
Nah, just the mess hall, some bodies and barrels.
Okay. Did I find
what was-
any barrels that still have ale in them? Like drinkable ale? Because I feel like that would be very nice at a time like this.
What was my share of the gold? Because I completely forgot.
340.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I got you, BB, don't worry.
Yeah, no, in the mess hall, the barrels in there are A-okay.
Sweet!
They're pretty well sealed off, and they're just pretty common lowest denominator ale, pretty much.
Alright, actually, you know what? I'm gonna go, see if we can't. I'm gonna go back down to the other two. Oh god, how the fuck am I gonna get Esfendir through this fucking crowd?
As he does, I'm just gonna sort of
Oh,
walk up to the bone chick.
I just want to bring a mug of ale with me, and I can just drink it on my way. I'll pop my head back around the corner and be like, look what we found.
Longsword, you sidle up to the bone chick, and she just eyes you up and down.
I'm gonna hold off on this conversation just so Matt doesn't have to worry so much about metagaming, just until like someone feels
Yeah, no, fair enough.
about what's going on. Because once he reaches this point, there's no way we can't tell him. So I'm gonna wait until then.
I take a
Alright.
drink of the ale, if you brought enough down.
I have a single mug. I was gonna say there's a mess hall up there that there's crates and crates of food and water, so we won't go hungry even if we tried. And there's like a dozen barrels of ale, not a dozen, like half a dozen barrels of ale up there that are still fine to drink. And it's messy. I was hoping we could all pitch in and hopefully have at least a little space in this keep to at least have a semblance of normality.
Well, Esfendir is asleep at the moment, if I remember right. But I can come and help.
Yeah, I'm completely unconscious.
Yeah, I like get a spare bit of parchment and just write a note in case you wake up.
I'll leave directions up the stairs on the right.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I'll follow you.
Alright, cool. Just as we're walking as well, I'm gonna be like, hey, be prepared, there's an assembly at the top of
Right,
these
so
stairs.
if it's from the odds unconscious at this point, it's just enjoy not metagaming, I guess.
So you
I tried.
you talk to the bone chick.
Yeah.
Alright.
So I extend as I did with Marcus. I extend a hand. I am Aiden
Just
Longshot.
edge around these guys.
Yeah, that's
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I take it that you're more or less in charge here.
I give him a nod.
She
as
sort
well.
of gives you a handshake, and her grip is quite pointy due to the fact that it's all bone. And she
Yes.
sort of says to
I
you,
expected no less.
I am not in charge. There is only one in charge. I merely make
Well, but-
bones and give life to the dead.
You-
Oh, are you injured, by the way?
Surely, very.
Yeah, as she's holding onto your hand, you can feel her influence reach deep inside you, and it's almost as if her very spiritual hands are just writhing within your organs themselves. And she sort of touches each and every part of your bone, finding every nook and cranny, and essentially resets everything,
Oh shit!
Nice.
Nice.
healing you for that amount.
Oh!
I don't suppose you get to take half of that is.
No,
But no, so as that happens, I just sort of like, woo.
Yeah, you feel much better.
Thank you.
Actually, it also berids you of all your exhaustion.
Oh. So I just sort of after I let go of a hand, I sort of like hop back and forth, like but so like so you know how boxers do where they hop between foot to foot. Oof. Yeah. Thank you for that. But obviously I know you're not in charge, but you know, every situation has its hierarchy. I take it you're further up the chain towards our mutual friend.
You would be correct in this assumption.
Well then, I'm sort of in a similar situation again, where I wanted my friends here to have this conversation, but
I mean,
They
you
sort
saw
of-
us walk past. We
they sort of
just turned the
walked
corner.
right past us. So
You could
Are
right
you-
here.
yeah, I'm just gonna go on. Are you also planning to mobilize? Is anyone staying here at Barrenbark?
Could you rephrase that question?
Are any of you staying at Barrenbark?
She says, we have an endless supply of bodies. There will always be some left in Barrenbark. When they die, they will come back here, and I will remake them.
So then, we could safely say, we consider Barrenbark as our haven? We'll
As
always
long
have
as
friends
my
at
master
Barrenbark?
allows it, then you are welcome.